Hey, are you what you playing? When are you gonna play your last $2 again?
When we get to the betting section. Get this shared around.
Okay.
Pride of the Southland Drum Corps, from what it says on the media file. All right, almost ready. Let's get this thing going. You ready? What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitter? And volunteerroadshow.com. That's right. We're back. It's me, the inventor of the Icky Shuffle. A lot of people don't know that I invented the Icky Shuffle and the VFL national champion, Billy Ratliff. Let everybody give you a round of applause, Billy. So what's going on? We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to give some shout outs. We got Dub watching, got Justin Sanday, Matt Dummett, Karen V. Karen V brought up a good point. Think the Florida players should be banned for the rest of the postseason. I hope crying Ryan Schrick shows up in YouTube. I don't think he will because he's scared. That's all right. I got something for that Gator fan. I love him to death. He's a young kid, but his boys did wrong, but we took care of business. We get to advance, Billy.
Oh yeah.
Play Alabama.
It'll be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game without folk in there, man.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough, but I think we're up to it. Anyway, this show's brought to you by and would not be possible without Blue Water Climate Control. I don't know if you know this or not, Billy, but 80% of all Blue Water Climate Control customers book their HVAC, air conditioning, heating service online. Everybody's doing that online thing now. You buying your groceries online and you go sit in the curb. You don't even have to get out of the car. You getting DoorDash ordered online, getting everything ordered online. But you can go to bluewaterclimatecontrol.com and dispatch your own technician. They'll even text you when they're on their way. I hope they don't do you like they did Billy. Billy said, hey, they just text me on their way at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm still in bed because I'd been up all night. And I said, well, I probably got about 15, 20 minutes. Billy, it wasn't 2 minutes after you texted me, hey, they'll be by sometime this morning. Knock, knock, ring on the doorbell. Oh, man, so I had to get up. You know how you do when you answer the phone after you've been woken up. You don't want them to think you're a bum. And so you clear your throat. Hey, what's up? You know, you answer it kind of loud. That's kind of how I answered the phone. Answered the door for them. They did good. They even had their little boot. What do you call them things you put over their shoes? Little disposable booties that want a dirty carpet.
Yeah, the foot covers.
Yeah. Man, we're loaded up here on YouTubes and Facebook. Got Slim Mosley, great Georgia fan. SEC Dog, another Georgia fan, great Georgia fan. Of course, Dub says it's the freaking weekend. Today is Friday, isn't it?
Hey, it's the weekend.
Man, Cody Hankins, he says Roll Tide. Hey, we're going to see about Roll Tide tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. Alabama's got them a ball team. They got a squad. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They got a squad.
They have a squad. They
I
do.
hope we got our ship together. Our it sounded like a cuss word, but our ship righted. It was sinking there for a few weeks. The men's basketball team, they were on a boat that was sinking. But I think it's starting. I think we've bailed out all the water in the boat, and we're starting to get going. Mattoon. How do you say that? Mattooine. He said more UT football players in trouble with the law. We're back, baby. Oh no, I hadn't heard anything. What's that? We'll talk about that in a minute. Shane Bentley. I guess he's my favorite Georgia fan. I hate to tell you that, Slim Mosley and SEC dog, but he gave me a $9.99 super chat and say I can be bribed. He said, "Evening, gents. Well done, gents, on the win against Florida. At least one of our teams can play basketball. LOL. Hope all is well." Appreciate it, Shane. Appreciate it very much. But let's talk about this. What's this about? We got players in trouble. Who's in trouble? Billy?
Well, I mean, I saw something posted, popped up that a couple of kids got caught with some drugs, paraphernalia,
Oh
and
no,
they will no longer be on the team.
man, I hate that. It seems like every year there's 10 or 12 teams that's got something like that going on. Well, we want to hear from you. This show was built by the fans, for the fans, by the fans. All you want, it's all about the fans. We want to hear what you got to say. 865-424-1342. Give us a call. You can even hear the show while you're on hold. We want to hear from you. What do you want to give away this time to the callers?
Let's see. It's been a while. Let's do one of the backpacks.
All right. We'll do one of those back. I think I got one here. I'll look around. I think I got one I could show. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
I mean, I got plenty here.
Yeah. We got two versions, charcoal gray with a power tee and white with a power tee. One of them has smoky, and the other one I think says Tennessee on the other side. That's what we're going to give away to our callers at 865-424-1342. Why don't you give shout outs and read comments over there on Facebook? You got Facebook pulled up?
I got it over here. Let's see. Preston Hess. He's here. How's it going, Preston? He said, "Hey guys, Vols won against Florida and they hurt Funky. I'm mad. Hey, I'm mad too because it was intentional. I mean, the way the guy elbowed him basically in the face. You know, I mean, I'm sorry if that was me, I probably would have got ejected because I would have lost my cool with that. Let's see. Henry Riddle. How's it going, Henry? He said, "Another Friday with the Kings of Sport Toast. Go Big Orange, Rocky Top." Yes, sir. Thanks for that, Henry. And he said, "I was mad enough to fight when I saw see, hey, when I saw Folky get caught with those two elbows." Yes, sir. I would have been the same way. Willie Sanders. That was a really nasty thing to do. It was. It really was. Okay, you got my man Anthony Bagwell on here. He said, "Not only elbows, he hit a foot. He hit his foot as he fell." Yeah, he did. He did. I mean, because it was an ugly one, man. I mean, it was almost like he got his bell wrong in a boxing ring. Wayne Adcott. He said, "Did Florida coach say anything?" I don't know. I didn't really get the chance to hear it. I was actually in the barbershop when I was watching it.
Was it like the barbershop on Coming to America? Is that the kind of barbershop you go to?
Every barbershop I go to is like that.
That's my favorite scene in that movie, the barbershop.
That's one thing I noticed in the new Coming to America movie, that those were the only people on the show that didn't age.
Yeah, I know. That'd been 30 years, and they look the same. They look like they're still 70.
I was like, how they managed to do that?
There was some. We can't repeat on there, but there were some good lines in that movie. Some good lines. I haven't got to watch it, and Crystal, I think she ended up getting to watch it. You watched it, and I came in the living room while you was watching it, and I said, "No, I don't want to ruin it." So I turned and walked out. But I know you give the original like 10 out of 10. What would you give the new Coming to America, the second version? out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Who was
I
it that
guess.
was saying that it was not worth it? One of your former teammates.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll give you my opinion of the movie, man. I mean, it was comedy. If you're not into comedy, you're not gonna like the movie. You either like the laugh or don't like the laugh. If you're complaining about a comedy, you got problems.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people was just they, you want to compare it to something. And the one thing I don't like comparing things to is itself. I don't want to compare it to part one. If you're
Yeah.
going to compare it to something, compare it to another comedy part two of that show. I mean, I go watch, another comedy series that was called Friday.
Oh, that's where you got your nickname from your teammates, wasn't it?
There was another, I mean, part two, three, I mean, Friday after next and next Friday. I mean, everybody was like, they wasn't as good as the first one. They're never going to be. I mean, now go compare it to other shows that have part twos. That's the way I compare things. That's like comparing myself to 17, 18-year-old Billy. Now compare the 60-year-old Billy.
Speaking of comparing yourself to the 17-year-old Billy, I know the answer to this. This is actually legendary amongst all your teammates in the 90s, but we got a question on YouTube's. How fast was Billy in the 40? How fast were you in the 40 as a linebacker, say 260, and then at 280 pounds, how fast were you? It's pretty impressive because I've had more than one of his teammates talk about it and rave about his 40 at 280 pounds.
So, linebacker, I was a lot slower in the 40. I was
Really? You were
4'6",
slower in the 40 as a linebacker?
4'6", and 4'7".
Wow.
And I guess as I grew, I got stronger. They taught me how to use my quickness to my advantage. And my first step was the quickest. And at 291 pounds, I ran a 4.53.
Wow. Wow. Every time I hear that number. And I asked Fred and I've asked JC, I said, is that true? He said, man, we saw it with our own two eyes. You don't think they was messing around with the time clock, do you? Or they was getting a little trigger happy? You really ran that fast?
It was all electronic.
Wow.
The clock don't lie unless you got a human right there on standby.
We might have to do a Bobby, and we've got some things coming down the pike with a sponsor on this Bobby versus Billy stuff. We may have to add the 40 to that. Do you think I could do a 6-second 40 right now? I bet I could do 6 seconds.
I know you can't.
You don't think I can? 6 seconds, is a long time.
I know you can't.
What do you think my 40? What do you think my 40 will be? I'm fat now. Whoa. Before you start, with your junk. I'm athletic. I used to be an athlete. I didn't play any sports, but I was athletic. So tell me, how fast do you think I can run it right now?
I would probably say in the 40, you probably run in the neighborhood of 7, maybe 8 seconds.
Now, does that count in stopping and taking a break? Do you have to count that time too? Can you stop the clock, take a little breather, and then finish it?
If that's the case, you're going to have to probably do daylight saving time.
Daylight saving time's coming up pretty soon.
It's tomorrow. Well, Sunday.
Wayne Shelton said he thought you'd be slower as a bigger man. He's pretty impressed. SEC Dog said, wow, that's impressive. So you ran a 4.53 40 at 280 pounds. Is that what you said?
291.
What, 291? Oh, wow. 4.53. How fast is 4.53?
That was it.
What would you say that would be like an average time for a particular position? Tight end? You think that'd be an average time for a tight end?
What?
A 4.53. You think that'd be an average time for a tight end, or would that be fast for a tight end?
I mean, that would be pretty fast. I mean, all linebackers are not 4-4 guys or 4-5 guys. I mean, you have guys that are just technicians, and I mean, tight ends in NFL, there's not a lot of guys that's running 4-5s at tight end. They may have, let's see, you got, I'd say Kittles would probably be a 4-6 guy. There's a lot of, I mean, there's some guys that run it, but like
Antron
Gronkowski,
played tight end. How fast was he?
who?
Antron. And we'll get to this caller.
I'm not sure. Antron was probably like a 4-6 guy.
Wow.
6 for 7. We had some fast guys, and especially for the sizes too.
Let's get this caller. Looks like we got an Alabama caller.
We got.
What you got for Billy Ratliff and Catfish?
Hello, hello. Now my name is Jason Young.
How you doing, Jason?
How you been doing?
Pretty good.
Okay, now, how do y'all feel about the new coaching staff and coaches here?
Billy, you go first. He's talking about Heupel and the new coaching staff he put around him. I know one of them was one of your former position coaches when you played.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good, but I mean, they got a good staff. I mean, it's still, I still got to see it. To see the guys working together with the kids. I mean, they're doing all the right things with the kids as far as finding out what the kids need, and that's the part that a lot of coaches come in and they don't understand is they forget about the kids. And you're talking about the coaching staff so much where no one even think about the kids that are left over. And that's what Coach Hyper has been doing. I mean, he's also reached out to, a lot of the former guys. I mean, he sent out a poster to everybody that had his signature on it, and he's doing a lot of good things. I like him.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna wait and see. I've gotten my hopes up way too much the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches.
Well,
Speaking of five
Yeah.
coaches, I've got a friend that's a Georgia fan. He used to help us on the show, Couch Coach. He made a Facebook post that Georgia's only had 5 coaches in the last 50 years, and we've had 5 in the last 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
And we used to be able to boast them kind of numbers before we fired Fulmer.
True.
So what do you say you like them, caller? Is your name Jason, it says, Jason?
Yes.
So what do you
Yeah,
think? What do you expect out of our team this year? If we play a full season, which I think we will, what do you expect? Kind of record?
Well, I expect the defense will be better, but the offense I don't know because I don't know how the players are going to head with the offense yet.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Harrison Bailey plays in his second season. I wasn't too impressed. Of course, he didn't get a lot of reps. I wasn't too impressed with the time he was out there this past season. But this was an unprecedented season. COVID, all that stuff going on, not playing as many games. I'm sure practice was a lot different. I'm anxious to see how he does this year. And our dang offensive line better do some blocking this year because we didn't do much last year.
No, we didn't.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you this here. It's coaching, guys. I mean, you got coaches that I told everybody that last year before the season started. I told you this here. You was talking about all the 4 or 5-star guys we had, and I continue to say, I mean, those stars don't mean jack until you get on that field. I mean, and we had the same coach that we had the year before with the same offensive line. And I said, what's going to change? Nothing. I mean, if he's not changing his philosophy of teaching these kids how to be down and dirty and using their hands and drive and get them off the ball, it's not going to work. And I'm saying
I do think that
we don't have enough players. We don't have enough dogs. We don't have enough kids to say that we can compete. We're going to do a lot of trickery this year to be successful.
That is very true.
That don't sound good, Billy.
Because we lost our top two players on both sides of the ball.
So I guess what you're saying, Billy, this is you just basically said in a very long, drawn out way, we ain't going 15-0, and I better not be promising that. Is that what you're saying?
But well, I mean, I'm just going to, I try to keep you sane because sometimes you do get, overhyped and think that, you're going to have like you got with Butch Jones, you got with all other coaches, and you got these little fans and stuff. And I still got to wait and see here in spring ball to see what the kids going to do. I mean, see how these coaches are getting these kids. I mean, because right now I only know one position that I say you're going to see a big change, and that's going to be the defensive line.
Yes.
Because
yes,
I know,
that's true.
I know how he coaches.
Who's our defensive line coach? Is that Gardner?
That's Coach Gardner.
What did he coach? He coached on offense when you were here, but you think he has what it takes to be a player's coach, and you think he can coach them up, huh?
He's already that. I mean, you saw him. He did a heck of a job at Auburn. He had a lot of kids. Go look at his track record. Look at the kids.
He did have some ball players at Auburn on that D line. He had a bunch of them go to the NFL over the last however many years.
If you teach your kids how to have fun, they will play ball for you. If you're having fun out there, you're gonna make plays. If you ain't having fun and you sitting there playing catch, the dummy, getting hit in the chest, and you not attacking the line of scrimmage, that ain't fun. I don't like linebackers making plays. I like to make plays.
I guess what aggravates me, I saw Shane Bentley in the comments over here said, at least y'all have a more recent national championship. But that always brings me back. Man, you got to go back 21 years to that national championship. And we only had maybe one or two decent seasons after that. That's how far back. Do you know how old you have to be able to really, 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 really remember the glory days of the 90s and early 2000s? You got to be 30. 35.
Yes.
A 35-year-old will be what? Would have been 13 when you recovered your fumble against Arkansas, Billy. 13.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Man, does that make you feel old, Billy?
Yeah, it don't make me feel old. I am old. I told you, I'm like 91 in dog years with this body.
All right, Jason, I got to ask you a question. I'm pretty athletic. Yeah. Okay? Who do you think would win? We're having these Bobby versus Billy episodes. We've already got four of them recorded, and we're 2-2. I've won 2, and he's won 2. And we're going to finish it off with me blocking Billy Ratliff, VFL Billy Ratliff of national champion Billy Ratliff, the last video. Do you think I got a chance?
No, I don't.
All right. Let me explain something. Billy's had knee surgery. He's had ankles. He's had back surgery. He had more surgeries than Carter's got liver pills. I've never had a knife to me. I think I can at least know that I've been there. He'll at least know that.
Bobby,
nobody is picking me.
Well, let me just tell you something about me, and I hope you take this to heart and understand what I'm trying to tell you. Let me clear my throat first.
Here it comes, guys. Here it comes.
All right. The way I compete is no such thing as losing. I will die before I lose. I will break my neck before I lose. I will drain every ounce of blood in my body before I lose. So what I'm trying to tell you, there's not a chance in you know what.
All right, I'm gonna ask the caller again. I'm gonna rephrase the question, Jason. There is nobody that likes oatmeal cream pies as much as me. I would walk 10 miles for an oatmeal cream pie. If I put an oatmeal cream pie back there behind me, Billy ain't getting it.
Yeah, now that's a different story now.
He ain't getting it. I'll whoop him.
Um,
It's an
oh,
oatmeal
Lord.
Debbie cake.
Oh, Jason, hey, email me, bobbyc@volunteerroadshow.com. Just email me, say, hey, this is Jason. I called in, and I'll send you some instructions on how to get a free bag. Did you ever get those bags where we can show them on camera, Billy?
Actually, I did not.
All right. Well, you'll be able to see them on their website. They're nice little bags, and I'll just for calling in, we're gonna get you a Tennessee bag of your choice. We got 2 to choose from. So just remember, bobbyc@volunteerroadshow.com, and I'll send you the information. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Do you got anything else before we go?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling. We got a lot of comments to. Since you're a new caller, I'm going to go ahead since you brought up that Billy Ratliff. We're gonna play. We try to play this every show, because everybody likes this show. Here you go. Do I even have it on here? Yeah, I do. Here we go. This is the TV broadcast.
Remaining, 1 timeout left. Call it 12 to go for the first down. Sterner lost the football. Oh my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
All right, that's the last time that Billy will see any glory in his football days, because I'm taking him out on Bobby versus Billy, Jason. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks for calling. Keep calling in. Keep calling in. We like the call.
Right.
Thank you. I can't believe I hadn't had it. Wait a minute. I think I did see somebody that picked me. Hold up just a second. Hold up. Let me go back and look at these comments. Justin Sanday says, I pick you, Catfish. Now, Scott Callhorn, I'm ignoring what he said. He said, Billy with a bad knee will get in the 3 technique and whoop you, Bobby.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
What's the 3 technique?
It's the alignment, right? Shade of the guard. I see. Well, whenever you come back, I'm going to show you a few things, and just the few things I show you, it will make you think twice.
We got another super chat, $15 one from Gate City Blue Devil. That's Flint. That's my buddy Flint. That's my rock and roll buddy Flint. He says 15-0 is all he said in his comments. That's all he knows. He knows what's up. Wayne Shelton wants to know that he said something. Did you thank Sterner for the gift? I don't know. That wasn't no gift. Billy called that. Billy did all that. That wasn't a gift.
Well,
But,
I accept those types of gifts.
yeah, I do too.
Every day.
Gave us a national
Always
championship.
did. It's free. It's for me.
Wayne said, athlete against truck driver. You choose. Hey, there's some athletic truck drivers out there. Hey.
I know there are.
Don't be selling us short. They see, I'll think we have. Somebody mentioned moon pie. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you put one of them vanilla or banana moon pies back there, they'd take an army to get that from me. So Wayne Shelton brought up moon pie with it. And Herbert Bradford, our biggest and bestest Tennessee fan in Michigan, says Catfish is the winner. But kill him on the Georgia fans. Georgia fans don't know much about football. He says, you got no chance, Catfish. Y'all just don't know. Oh, Slim Shady Canes. How you doing, Slim Shady? What do we got on Facebook?
Let's see. Let's see who else on here. See, Bob Schatz on here. He said Billy was a beast. He said Catfish is overrated.
I agree with that.
Oh man. Let's see here. Scott Kern, he said that Brandon Burnsworth movie was phenomenal, man, by the way. It was a good movie, man. I actually think they did a good job. I mean, the only part of the movie I didn't like was when they had um Brandon pretty much bulldozing Al Wilson, and that
Oh
never
yeah, that didn't happen that way.
that never happened. And when they showed him like trying to help Al up when he ran him down on that block field goal, and he said Al slapped his hand out the way. Al didn't do that.
Yeah.
Al was looking for an oxygen tank. He was telling everybody to get away from him. He's trying to get to the sideline to get some oxygen.
Well, we had David Sanders on for just a second, and he hung up. Call back David Sanders, and we got Henry Riddle. You know Henry Riddle. He always watches us. Henry Riddle is almost in every one of our live streams that Bobby and Billy are on. Almost every one. How you doing, Henry?
Hey, pretty good, fellas. How's it going? How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
Cool, man. It's Friday, thank goodness. Enjoying it. Enjoying the show, man. I've become a habit. I kick off the weekend with you guys, man. I love the show.
Thanks,
How about that basketball game tonight?
We won.
yeah, we took care of business. I mean, I
Yeah, I
personally,
loved it, man.
yeah, I told everybody that I think the Vols will win the SEC championship. And the reason I say that is because the only time the Vols actually play good basketball is when they think they're playing the top team. Now, if we playing someone that has their top 4 players out the game, we're gonna lose by 20.
It's interesting. You'd think old Reverend Rick could have them up for them games, no matter who they're playing. It's Tennessee, man.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've told Billy. And see, he disagrees with me. So we don't agree a lot, but we're still good friends, though. He doesn't have to be right all the time. He's only right when he agrees with me. But I don't think that Rick Barnes is having the right lineup, or he's not letting Pons loose. Pons has the athleticism to own that paint on offense. Why is he out there jacking up threes? He can't hit a shot. He can't buy a shot. But if he could be a bully in that paint,
NBA look at him.
if he can bully somebody and just dunk every time, he might get some charges, but I could live with that. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Makes sense. What do y'all think? I've heard you talking about the football team there earlier. I've been thinking about it. I think we're going to end up round 6-6. What do y'all think about that? I know it don't sound the greatest, but I mean it's kind of realistic. If you think about where we're at, I think 6 is a pretty good number.
Well, I like it. I mean, that's three more wins than we had last year.
There you go.
And we get a bowl game. I mean, it's going to take a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. We are on a very uphill situation. It's going to be tough because, like I said, we still don't have enough players to compete in the SEC. I know a lot of people think because we had a whole lot of kids that had all these stars and all that stuff, but there's a lot of bust in those stars because until these kids evolve, they're not going to be anything. Because when you get to college and you put on that helmet in college, you have 0 stars. You have to earn those stars all over again to become what you was in high school. Because it's very rare.
That's one thing I liked about Josh Heupel is he kind of has a reputation for taking them 3 stars to another level.
And that's what I like about him. And I'm hoping and praying that that's what happened because it's been a long time since we have had a team of kids that you can say that, hey, we have this coming back next year. We can be pretty good next year. It's been a long time
Mm-hmm.
had that, and I'm going to say this: it's probably been since Eric Berry is the last time that I can say that. Hey, shoot, man, we got Eric Berry coming back next year. Hey, we gonna be pretty good on defense. We haven't had that in a long time.
I know that's right.
Let me tell you something, Henry. 2-3 months ago, I would have said I would not have been happy with 6-6. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been upset, but I wouldn't have been happy. But now that I spend so much time with Billy, he's brought me down to earth. I practically live there with him. And now I'm thinking, man, we'd be doing good to be 6-6.
But here,
I agree.
let me give you a quick scenario of a situation that happened during my time at Tennessee. 97, you know all the guys we had on that team. You know all the guys that we lost off that team. 98, right before two-a-days start, we got what was told to us by our coaching staff saying that, what we lost this last year, guys, it would be good if we will be 8-4 this year. If you just knew how that pierced each and every last one of our hearts as disrespect and how it made us feel and how it made us want to work even harder. And that's what Coach Foreman did. He was good at using reverse psychology scenarios to make us want to do something even better. And I'm hoping that's what Coach Hyper do this year. I hope he make these kids believe they're better than 6-6.
Rumor has it
That's
that
what
Al went
Coach
off.
Cornbread sounds.
Yeah, rumor has it that Al Wilson went off when he heard Fulmer say that. Is that true?
Oh, man. Phew. You talking about when you got a K9 dog and the officer say sick him and he can't cross can't get outside of that car because of that little thing right there. That was Al Wilson when that happened. Like, Coach, you get out of here with that. You know what?
Oh man,
that right there, that 98. He made that 98 team hungry.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. Hey, me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I'm 41 years old, so like I was I'm around the same age there. And, you always think, man, if some of the guys from back in the day could just get in there and talk to them or reach out to some of them young kids. But, I mean, it's happened. It's happened several times now, and it really doesn't seem to have any effect, really. What do you think?
Billy, what do you think? Why isn't it having an effect when Al Wilson came and talked to the team and the other players? Jamal Lewis has been and talked to the team. Well, it takes more than a pep talk, don't it?
I mean, the kids today are a little
I
bit
get that.
motivation too. I mean, it's when you had the speech that Al Wilson gave and that Jamal Lewis gave, they gave some very touching things and they used their experience when they was here. And to me, it was all about these kids are not happy. They're not having fun. And each one of those kids, could look around and look at each other and was like, that's what you guys were doing when you was here? Well, that's not what we're doing right now. We're not having fun. And see, that's what a coach have to do to any kid. I don't care what it is. The 5 stars, even Peyton Manning need to be motivated at times.
Yeah.
And to me, that speech that Al Wilson gave, man, I'm talking about
legendary.
He made me want to get back out there and play again. Heck, I went and tried to run a mile that day. That's how excited I was. You go ask some of these teams that actually watched that all across America, and they was so hyped themselves hearing him speak to the team like that.
What did Fred White? Didn't he say like that halftime speech at Auburn SEC championship game that Wilson said something to the effect was, "When you walk through this door, if I don't see it in your eyes, you better carry your you know what back on in the locker room for the second half." Is that what he said?
Love it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow, we need that back.
He didn't play, man. He was all business on that field, man, and that's what we were. That's what we were so good. I mean, it was business.
Well, Henry, what are we going to do tomorrow? I got one more caller. I got Slim Shady Canes on hold, but what are we going to do in that basketball game tomorrow? We got a chance?
Man, we always got a chance. Definitely.
Oh, I think so, too.
We play too good a defense not to have a chance. If we're hitting our shots, we got a real good chance. If we're not, then we're going home.
Is Folky really ruled ineligible to play for the from that concussion? Is that what you said?
I don't know. I watched a little bit, but I'm not sure they ever said. I just want to thank you guys, for having me on the show and carrying the conversation. It made my night talking to a legend, Billy Ratliff and Catfish, and that's pretty cool. You guys enjoy your night. Thank you once again, and go Big Orange.
Thank you, Henry. Go Big Orange. Go Vols. Now this is a fan of another team. I don't know if you got to play him. What's up, Slim Shady?
Gentlemen, how are y'all this evening?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'll be doing better here in about 2 hours when I get in Memphis from Sikeston, Missouri.
Oh, so you going down 55, huh?
I'm fixing to be.
Oh. Well,
yeah, I drive a truck same as you used to, sir.
Oh, I know you do. You live over in Memphis somewhere, don't you? Close
about
to Memphis.
An hour outside of it. You couldn't pay me to live in Memphis.
Oh my gosh, 78 from the 240 all the way down to the Mississippi line. It's like getting beat up. If you're bobtail, it's like getting beat up with a ball peen hammer by a 400-pound gorilla.
And I had to do it 3 weeks ago when all that snow come through, and Mississippi don't know what a snowplow is.
Oh, geez. Was the chicken house open during that bad weather? They closed it up.
They were nice enough to close it up for us.
Oh, good. Sometimes that one right there at the line, they'll bust you if you're not careful sometimes, but it's not open all the time. So.
Yeah.
So how is your Canes going to do?
I draw a lot of similarities between Miami and Tennessee, being a Miami fan and living in Tennessee. I kind of see a lot of the same problems with the programs over the past several years. And honestly, a lot of what Billy was just talking about, I see that problem in Miami too, not getting, the kids motivated. And it's to me, it's kind of getting to the point, okay, you have Ed Reed down there on staff. What more do you need?
Yeah.
You said it.
I mean, and he's not even the only one. There are certain players that, and maybe unfairly so. For example, Al Blades Jr. is a player, because of his family name, I expected a little more leadership out of him because that's how his uncles were. That's how his father was.
Yeah, that Blades family had some ball players, didn't they?
They had a few. But I think a lot of it's going to come down, at least specifically for Miami, to De'Aaron King this year, how he comes back from that knee injury, which word is they're expecting him for the spring. So that says to me, okay, because they never said a whole lot about it. They just said he was going to have surgery. It says to me it might not have been a very severe injury, which is obviously a good thing. But, like I say, I've heard, I cannot remember off the top of my head who said it. It almost seems like, and I draw these same similarities with Tennessee, both of them need to learn how to be a winning program again.
I think we need to learn how to win the games we're supposed to win, like Georgia State, BYU. Until we can win the games we're supposed to win, how are we going to win the games we ain't supposed to win?
So here, I'm just going, I don't know why I keep doing this, but I'm going to keep doing it. Because I don't know how to be negative. I'm always trying to be positive and make anything positive. Every game that those kids go out there and play, there's a 50% chance of winning. Think about that. And my old coach used to always tell me this thing about something. And you know, I don't care who you play. I don't care. And like for instance, right now, Alabama's the best thing ever right now. But I tell you this here, back in my day, if I'm playing against Alabama, Coach Brooks used to always say, guys, them guys are good too. You know, I know you guys are good. And we'll be playing somebody like a Southern Miss or somebody, and then he'll say, them guys put their britches on the same way you do. Them guys put their cleats on the same way you do. They got a pair of shoulder pads like you. And I'm hoping they got the same organs and parts that you do as well. So when you go out on that field, it's all about who wants it the most, who's going to win the most battles, and who put up the most points in the game. As a defensive player, if you make sure they don't score, they're not going to win the game. So my objective as a defense, we were trying to make sure nobody scores. So if you can't score, you can't win. Think about that.
That's true.
It is. It's very true. You know, and to your point that Alabama, you know, is probably obviously the best program. You know, Clemson has an argument there too. But year after year, you see them lose to not even top-rated teams. You see them lose to the Ole Misses, or Clemson lost to a Syracuse. So, I mean, if, you know, these teams that you wouldn't consider an elite team can beat them, you know, I don't see why a Miami or Tennessee can't.
We had our chance, 2 years ago, and that old fumble-rooski by Jarrett Garantano. We did have a chance.
And I'll be honest with you. I really expected more out of Tennessee this past year, because what I saw out of them, you know, the previous year, like I watched, I don't get to watch obviously a whole lot of Tennessee games because I'm watching more Miami, but I watched the Tennessee-Florida game from 2019. And Tennessee's defense did everything and then some that they should have done for that game to be won. And, you know, Garantano and the offense just couldn't get it done. But I was like, okay, Garantano may or may not be gone. You know, let's see what Tennessee can do. To me, it kind of defies reality a little bit, because I try and look at things at the very least logically. You know, okay, I don't think, like for instance, I don't think Miami's going to go in there September 7th or whatever the date is and beat Alabama in Atlanta. But if they do X, Y, and Z, you know, it's the kind of offense that's going to give Alabama trouble. They've got nothing but basically freshmen on their offense this year, or guys with very little playing time, and we're returning a veteran defense. A little smoke and mirrors added in there, and I can logically say, okay, Miami can pull off the upset. There were some things that I saw out of Tennessee this past year. I just couldn't come up with a reason why it happened.
I'm glad you called, Slim. I got a question. I've always wondered how fans of other teams view Tennessee. It wasn't that long ago. Back when Billy played, we were probably 6 or 7 all-time wins. And to tell you how bad we've been since then, I think we slipped to like number 8 or 9 all-time wins. So we've got a past way back in the Wayback Machine. We were good. Well, hadn't been lately. How does somebody like Miami, who's been good since the 80s, how does a fan of Miami think of, when you think of Tennessee, what do you think of in the present and in the past? How does a fan of Miami think of Tennessee?
I mean, I look at Tennessee as one of the perennial blue blood programs, which I'll freely admit Miami's not one. Now, obviously, being a Miami fan, you know, I think of our most recent games. You know, I think Tennessee won in the Orange Bowl in 2003. I was actually in Knoxville when we played in 2002 for that game.
I remember that game in 2003 with Kellen Winslow when he went off. I was deer hunting that day, like November 13th or something like that, or 3rd or something. I don't remember. Whatever that day was, I came back from the stand, killed me a big old ginormous buck, wall hanger, and I said, I got to see how we did, and we won. I couldn't believe it. The game was just over. And that was the one where he said something like, "This is war." And he kind of got into a little trouble for saying that or something in the locker room.
Yeah, I think they had asked him because he had hit somebody and they had got hurt, and he just went off about how they were gunning for his legs too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've all kind of seen in recent years, Kellen Winslow's a little off his rocker.
Oh, yeah. I've been reading some things on there. Yeah, he is off his rocker. He's got I wish the best for him, though.
I do, too. I mean, I hate to see that happen to anybody, but I mean, we'll see. You know what? I mean, maybe he's another one that's taking too many blows to the head. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
But, yeah, I mean, I see Tennessee, like I said, as one of those perennial powerhouse programs. But, I mean, here's the thing. And I know it's hard for Tennessee fans. And, I mean, frankly, Miami's been in the same boat over the last 15 or so years, 12 to 15 years. I like history, so I look back, you know, into the history of college football. All these programs go through a downturn. They all do it. So it's kind of what helps me get through it, too, just knowing. I mean, look at UGA from 1984, basically, until Mark Richt got there. They were worse than what Tennessee is now.
Look at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Man, have they fallen off the wagon?
Yeah. Alabama went through a 20-year skid when Bear left. Mm-hmm. They went through a 20-year skid, basically, from who was that? Gene Stallings that won them that
92,
one in 93.
In 93, from like 94 or 95, we were like 10-2 against them. There was a run, and then they went off on a run. We ain't beat them since.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at it like this: everybody goes through these cycles. It's just, you know, Tennessee and Miami's turn. I got into a conversation with, I think it was Uncle Lou about this, or it might have been BBD. I said the only difference between when Tennessee and Miami were up and Alabama and Georgia were down, there was no social media when Alabama and Georgia were down.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it a little worse.
All right, Slim, before we let you go, one of Billy Ratliff's good friends and teammates, T. Martin's son, just committed to Miami. What do you think about that? He stole one from us. Clemson stole Amari Rogers, T. Martin's son, and T. Higgins from right here in Knoxville stole us from us. Now you stole Caden Martin from us. Now I hear he's going to play baseball. I think he's a good quarterback over here at Catholic. So what do you think about Caden?
Honestly, at this point, I've seen enough legacy players come through to be skeptical of them.
Yes.
We've had Michael Irvin's kid, Ray Lewis's kid. Now, Al Blades has turned out to be pretty good, and we had another one, and a lot of people didn't know this. Trajan Bandy was our corner. I think he left last year, if I'm not mistaken. Made a name for himself his freshman year. Had that big pick six in the primetime game against Notre Dame. That was Sean Taylor's nephew.
Huh. Yeah.
So we've had a couple that have worked out. We had Testaverde's kid too, but he tried a couple places, didn't work out. I'm real skeptical of legacy players.
All right, before you go, you know SEC Dog. He's been watching me since I started. You know who he is. He's a great, great Georgia fan, but he flaps his gums a lot.
He does.
He commented FSU 15 ACC championships. South Carolina 1, Miami none. LMAO.
Well, for starters, he knows as well as most people, Miami didn't even join a conference until 1990. They were independent. Miami didn't join the ACC till 2004. Okay, they haven't won it since. Like I said, we're kind of in our downturn. But to the Georgia fans, and that one in particular, all I've heard over the past couple of days is how this Rush guy is he's not credible. You can't believe anything he says. But yet y'all believed everything Nevin Shapiro said when he wrote a letter to Yahoo Sports from his jail cell. So since ESPN refuses to write the headline, I'm going to write it myself.
Tell us.
Death penalty for UGA and Bama.
It's coming.
I hope
That's
not.
what they wanted for Miami. Give it to them
not.
too.
I hope not.
I don't want it to happen either, but
It's coming. I told everybody the one thing that will chop the tree of a dynasty down is allegations.
Yep.
now that's actually the reason I called in. I wanted to get y'all's take on it because I'm not going to lie. You know, when comparing the two situations, you know, I'm sure y'all remember when the allegations came out about Miami in 2011. Nevin Shapiro wrote a letter from his prison cell about Miami, and the very next headline on ESPN was death penalty for Miami. But all we hear out of these UGA and Bama fans is how this guy is not credible.
I saw something about it, how he said that they were paying players. Now, if they were Alabama and Georgia, they probably don't use McDonald's bags. They probably actually use like Five Guys burgers and fries bags.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. I don't know. You know they all getting paid. I don't care what anybody said. $500 handshakes here and there. I said it.
Yeah, oh yeah. And that stuff I totally believe. You know, a player made a good play, won a booster, a bet. He throws him a couple of $100. I'm sure that happens. Now, what I think is different is, you know, like Cam Newton's dad getting that $350,000 a year job that he didn't have to show up for. That I don't think happens every day.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But Cam was worth it.
I need one of those jobs.
Yeah, Cam was worth it.
Well, I didn't get a penny.
Yeah, but you got a nice jet ride, though, in the Starship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you ended up getting a natty out of it, which, you know, for all the money UGA's paying players, they haven't seemed to have gotten yet.
Billy says he's more proud of them 2 SEC championship rings than he is the national championship ring.
Because it was harder.
I can see that.
It was a lot tougher. I mean, Florida State that wasn't even a game to me. I felt like we played, it was like a homecoming team.
You were on pins and needles when old Peter Warwick got the ball every time, though, but we kept him in the check. Even our punter took him out once.
I'm gonna politely disagree with that. I mean, Florida State's our biggest rival, but I got a lot of respect for Bobby Bowden and the Florida State program.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this here. I surely wish Chris Winkie would have played that game. I promise you I'd have had 5 sacks.
But wasn't he about 36 years old at the time?
Something like that.
He's been around for a while.
He was.
Now, what'd you tell me, Billy, one time? I don't know. I don't know if it was on the air. We were just talking in the living room. Something about during the week when after you get to Arizona or Tempe or whatever, and y'all try to do some functions, like they kind of threw some shade at y'all or something. What'd you say that Florida State did, or they acted like they're too good for something? I don't remember what it was. What was that?
You just said it. They act as if they was too good to be with us. Like we shouldn't even been there. I'm like, hold up. We
Well, give me an example.
Let's say, typically like you have like situation where you compete, like let's say a pie eating contest or something like, or let's throw the football and get dunked in the water or something like that.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do stuff with us. They thought they was too good.
Huh.
And that just made it even
I
worse.
mean, that I could see. They've adopted that attitude many times, and Miami's had to check that attitude many times.
Well, I appreciate it, Slim. Keep her between the ditches,
Hey, I
the
appreciate
sunny
y'all.
side up, and hammer down. Just don't let that left-hand street rust on you.
Oh no, ain't gonna happen. But hey, I appreciate y'all taking my call. It was fun. Nice to be able to catch y'all on. I do every once in a while. I pop into your streams when I can catch you. So yeah, I appreciate y'all taking my call and let me talk with you for a few minutes.
All right, I appreciate it. It's good to have good truck drivers on here. All right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Have a good one, driver. Got a good truck driver calling in, Billy.
Hey, I told you, man. Hey, those guys. Hey, you got a lot of truckers out there, man. I keep telling you, man. You need to do a trucker show, man.
Scott Callhorn has a good idea. Said we should have a chicken wing eating contest. Well, no, we didn't. We need to. We're going to do ping pong. We had a chance to do ping pong, but we was at a birthday party on my birthday, but it wasn't my birthday. It was a party at the axe throwing place. Did you see that ping pong table? I had a nice ping pong table.
I didn't even know it was over there.
Yeah, Max Todd said Bama will destroy Little Havana, a.k.a. Miami, by 30 the first game. SEC Dog says Catfish Miami fans never get butthurt over anything. No, sir, never. That's sarcasm. And Scott Hester, what did Scott Hester say? Something about Nick Chubb. Do you see that? Where is it at? I saw it somewhere. Where did it go? I can't even scroll back fast enough. But we do need some ideas for our Bobby versus Billy thing. We got ping pong, fuse ball, air hockey, bowling. We're gonna do the 40-yard dash. I'm just tired of it. I get no respect, none.
I mean, I respect.
They think since I'm a fat, overweight, white truck driver that I ain't fast.
You all are those.
But I want to make sure that before we do the 40, I'm on my way to losing some weight. I got down to the mid 240s. I was doing the chicken dance when I jumped on that scale in Billy's kitchen. I couldn't believe I was 245. And then Billy started flapping his gums and said, "Hey, I bet you 250 now." And I said, "No, you crazy. How can I gain that much weight? I haven't been eating that much." And I get on the scale and I was 250. But I guarantee you I'm probably close to 240 now.
To who?
240. I didn't stutter.
You talking about the two highways?
100 less than your teammate 340.
Talking about the 240s, like the one that's going east and the one that's going west?
Nope. 240 pounds.
Hey, that's
Michael
good.
says beer pong. We might do that too. Jason said wants some email. Here it is. It's Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com, Jason. Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com. Now, if you can remember Billy Ratliff's name, which I think that's probably easier to remember, you can email Billy Ratliff at volunteerroadshow.com. Either way, and say, hey, this is Jason Young. I want to get my free prize, and I'll tell you how to do it. Anyway, back to the 40. We're not going to run that until I get down to about 225. And then I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something. You say I couldn't run it. What'd you say my fastest was going to be? 7 seconds or 8? What'd you say?
Say 7.
Oh, I'll blow 7 out of the water.
I mean, it's not as easy as you think it is. Just because it's 40 yards, it's. I'm telling you, man, it is not as easy as you think, man. I mean,
now if I could get like a 10-yard, like you know, how'd I say that? Start back like 10 yards before the start line and get a running start, I know I could blow 6 out of the water. And just like, you know, start the clock when I get to the start finish line where I got my momentum up. I think I could beat 6.
Still wouldn't happen.
Yes, it would. Why do you give me no respect?
I mean, I respect everything about you, man.
Except my athletic ability.
I'm just being realistic.
Let's see what this caller wants. 6. Michael's calling in. Shadowings. Let's get him on here. I'm gonna see what he thinks.
Yeah, speak Mike.
I'm gonna get my toilet flush going if he doesn't think that I could beat you or at least compete in the one-on-one blocking in the 40. What you got for Billy Ratliff and Catfish, Michael?
I don't think you can beat him. I think Billy Ratliff, pretty big boy, you know, 98 and, you know, national championship. I'm just talking about.
You're living off of your past, Billy. See, y'all are giving him all his respect off of 21 years ago.
I just want to talk about the kids today who got
Let's
arrested.
talk about them.
Are they going to be kicked off? What's going to happen with those kids? I mean, stupidity stuff. You know, you got a free ride at University of Tennessee, big time school, and do something stupid. Do you think they're going to be kicked off, or do you think they're going to get a second chance?
I haven't heard enough about it. All I heard was drug paraphernalia. But I want to ask, what would happen back in the day, Billy, if this had happened with the teammates?
I mean, times have changed. I mean, I would say that, you know, I mean, it would have been in-house. But when you get caught up in a situation like that, when the cops are called already and you're already out there, it's not much you can do to help them. You know, I mean, it's a bad look for your school if you keep them around. So I think that they're going to be released and the transfer portal opens wide open again.
Do we have any names? Or this just happened? Who are the names?
Let's see.
Isaiah Washington.
Washington?
Washington's one of them. They're on the defense side of the football. 2 other guys, I don't know the names, but they're all on the defense side of the football.
Huh. Man, I hate to hear it. It seems like a...
Then who's going to start at linebacker for us? On defensively, are they going to be physical and attack, or... I mean, that's what Banks' philosophy is. But are they going to do that this year, or are they going to sit back like what Ansley does and let them just drive the football on us?
I don't know. What kind of defense are we going to play this year, Billy?
I would say it'd be multiple.
Multiple fronts?
Hopefully we plan a 4-3.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, guys. And
hey, I appreciate your call.
Time.
Email Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com and I'll get you a free Tennessee bag. Tell you how to get one.
Okay.
No shipping, no nothing.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Billy.
All right. Thanks for calling. Have a great evening.
I saw a question over here. Dub gave us a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate it. Slim Shady Kane said he gave us a $5 super chat. He said, what do Bama fan have in common with maggots? They could both live for 20 years on a dead bear. Hey, Dub wants you to give his cousin Savannah some hype and a shout out. She's playing flag football at her high school in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Can you say something to Savannah?
Just go out there, have a good time, have fun, and make sure you score at least 3 touchdowns, and let them know, hey, you never quit. Keep it going.
And play like Billy Ratliff, and you'll be all right.
Just don't get hurt.
Just don't get hurt. Yeah, we're proud of you, Savannah. Go kick butt.
That's awesome, man. I love hearing stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Max Todd says, I live in Hoover, Alabama. The stories I could tell you about Rush would tell you how much crap he's full of. Rush is a piece of dog crap. Okay. Scott Callhorn said, second-year linebacker Martavius French and incoming recruits Aaron Willis and Isaac Washington are among the 5 people arrested on charges of simple possession and unlawful drug paraphernalia, according to the University of Tennessee police log posted on Friday.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Chip Garrett said I needed to rent a motorcycle for the 40. I'm going to tell y'all, now y'all got me mad. Now.
Oh, gosh. I love it, man. I love it.
We'll see.
Maybe I'll give you a head start of something, kind of like you gave me a head start in basketball.
I beat you fair and square in horse. And I beat you fair and square
I'm talking about
in dart. Oh, the 2-on-2. Yeah, but no. You can't count that.
You didn't know I was that good, did
No,
you?
Isaac, if Isaac would have gone up against his mama and really blocked the shots and defended her, but he was scared of his mama.
And what was he of?
If he would have just taken it to the basket, there wasn't nothing Crystal could have done, and we'd have won by 15.
Kind of like how she broke your ankles. Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't got it on video, it did not happen.
Oh, I got it on video.
No, you don't.
Oh, wait till you see it.
You better not have this on video.
I do. The cameras record 24 hours.
Oh, that camera. Oh,
Yeah, and I got it.
Oh my gosh. Do you really?
Yep, she's been showing everybody too.
Has she really?
Yep.
Crystal, if you're watching this, whoa. What's she showing them? See, she's not giving them the full context.
Oh Lord.
I went up, now listen, this ain't fair. I went up to block the shot, and I said, you know what? This is going to embarrass her. I better not. I don't want her mad at me because she cooks really good mashed potatoes. And so I backed off, but then I kind of got contorted, and she went up with the basket. That's what really happened.
Let me tell you what she did, guys. She gave him the King, the Dream, Elijah one up and under.
No, she didn't.
Oh, man. It was awesome.
Is she really yapping about that?
Hey, I'm just a messenger.
I can't believe that. I knew as soon as I leave, stuff was going to happen. All right, what else is going on over here? Anything else on YouTube and Facebook? We got a caller we're going to get to. My buddy Sam Bell in Greenville. We're going to get him real quick. Scott's got a question for you on Facebook, Billy, if you want to read that, and then I'll grab this call really quick after that.
Let's see here. I get back over to face.
It's a question for you, so I thought you should read it.
Let's see. Billy, I live in Georgia, and the Georgia fans still thank me every year that Tennessee fired Coach Former. When he was a coach, they say Tennessee was so stupid for firing a national championship coach. I agree with you. And especially not hiring anybody to actually replace him. You don't fire a great coach and hire him with a new coming coach that never coached in college. You go get the guys that are better than you, or at least compared to you. If they was going to fire my coach, they should have fired him the year before. But they used my old coach, Coach Sanders, as the scapegoat.
Yeah. I agree with you. We ain't been much since. Oh, Chase Talent finally showed up. Good to see you showing up as we ending, Chase. So what's up, Catfish? What's up, Billy? Chase,
What's up,
I want the honest truth. Billy says I can't crack 8 seconds on the 40-yard dash, or 7 seconds. I think I could blow 7 seconds out of the water. What do you think? I guess the question is, what do you think you could do in the 40, Billy?
I'll probably top out at about 5'8" right now.
What you talking about, Willis?
I'm telling you.
You think you could really?
I know I can.
We're going to see. So y'all done got me mad. Y'all done got me mad. Now, if I don't beat 7 seconds, you'll never see the video, okay? It'll never air. But if I do beat 7 seconds, y'all going to see it. That's how that's going to work. Let's get this call really, really, really quick. One of my favorite people up in Greenville, Sam Bell. What's up, Sam? We going to win tomorrow?
Yes.
We better.
Yes, sir. We're going to win tomorrow. Don't you worry.
You think we're going to win the SEC tournament?
Yes.
Me too.
We're going to win the SEC tournament, man.
I think so too.
No question about it.
When do you think the last time Kentucky has gotten bounced in the first round of the SEC tournament? They did this year. Been a long time.
Now, Crying Ryan, listen, dude. I heard you talk a long time ago. Tennessee beat Florida. Okay. You beat some football. We'll guarantee that. But in basketball, Crying Ryan, you suck crap. So stop talking about Gators. Get on the Tennessee basketball train. Or two, just stop talking.
I agree with you.
You don't know what you're talking about, silly.
I told him all day in Facebook Messenger that to shut up.
Now listen, Billy Ratliff, 1998, the most successful guy we ever seen. I respect. But, I don't know. Tennessee's going to win, but Tennessee football is going to come back. I know that, but come on, dude. 3 guys from our football team gets arrested for drugs. I don't know what's going on. Catfish.
I don't know either. Something needs to change. I don't think you can put this on the coaches because they just got here.
Yeah, can these players please just stay out of trouble for one freaking year?
I need to.
Because we got Paul Feinbaum says we're you know what, unrestricted. Come on, man. I want these Tennessee football players to stay out of the media for 1 year.
We need to.
All they do is go and blow it.
All right, before I let you go, because we're running up against the end of this show, but tell Billy, Sam, that Catfish could beat him in the 40-yard dash. Tell him.
I'm sorry, Billy Ratliff will beat you, Catfish. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to flush him. Where's my flush button? I thought I had more respect than that. My favorite Tennessee fan in Greenville said I couldn't beat you. I thought if anybody on the planet would have said, yeah, Catfish would beat you, it would have been Sam Bell. How much you paying these people to say that?
Oatmeal pies.
Jason Upton says Tennessee wins and Georgetown wins. Perfect day for me. I guess we need to get this out of the way. Georgetown has cost me some money.
Man, I'm telling you, Georgetown is playing some good ball right now. Now, I mean,
They're beating some people.
They're beating people, man. Patrick got those boys ready to play. I mean, I don't know what they was doing in the beginning of the season, but right now, they're peaking.
I don't know what games I bet against them. I said, there ain't no way Georgetown could even hang one, and they end up beating them. I guess that's what. Let's go out with our last part of the show. Billy, I ain't down to my last $2, but I'm down to my last $7.
A lady at the casino.
I need some help.
She lost all the money.
Like 70 one time, didn't he?
She said, "Don't feel sorry for me."
Doing some things you shouldn't have been doing.
Don't
Put your
feel
hand in your cookie
sorry,
jar.
honey.
This song's got some groove to it, don't it?
Speaking the truth now. Everybody goes to that casino.
He's singing about Tunica, a Biloxi.
Owe me $2. Until the next time I see you. But these last $2.
All right, these last $2, these last $7. That means I got 7 bets. I need to get out of the hole. I need to get Billy. When was it? When did I leave the house? Sunday? What day? It was Sunday. Okay. That Monday before that, I had $26 or something. I made some good bets, and I got it up to like 50.
61.
61. Yes, 61. And then I got mad. And I lost a few here and there, Georgetown. And then I started playing. I got sloppy. I admit it. I got sloppy. I was chasing my losses. That's like rule number 1. You never chase your losses. Since everybody, if you want to know the truth, I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money the last couple of years in betting. Now, it ain't going with what I tell them. They go with what I tell them and go the opposite. But that's still the same thing. I don't care what you say. That's still the same thing. It's helped people. I've helped people make money. It's kind of like that 7-game parlay where I lost all 7 bets and didn't get one winner out of the 7. It's just as hard to miss all 7 in a 7-game parlay as it is to make all 7.
That's true.
It's just as hard to miss 90% of your bets as it is to make 90% of your bets. That's how hard it is. So, with all that said, I'm clicking NCAA men's. All right. Wisconsin, Iowa. Iowa favored by 5. Central Florida, Memphis. Mississippi, LSU. I like Mississippi in that game getting 1 point. I think they'll win outright. But anyway, let's see. Connecticut, Creighton, North Carolina, Florida State. There's some decent game. I need 3 bets that I'm going to bet a couple bucks on each of them. Get me out of this hole. What do I do?
Are you asking me for help?
Yeah, I'm asking you for help.
Are you actually going to listen? Take Florida State.
All right. Michael says just email you, get free something. Yeah, you get a pick of your type of bag, Michael. Shadowins, I believe is how you pronounce that. Email Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com. All right, take Florida State. All right.
Money line.
Okay.
Put everything you
Where'd
have
it go? I know I just seen it.
Let's see.
Hold on. Where did it go? Who they play? Oh, there it is. North Carolina. Wait a minute. All right. I'm going to take it money. That's minus 145. All right. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take Mississippi. No, I'm listening to you. I know what you said, so I ain't going to say it. Give me two more bets, Billy.
Let's see. Take the over in that game, too.
Take the over in the North Carolina game, North Florida State game. The over 151.5. All right. I got the over. What else? I need one more bet.
That's enough.
No, I need to get out of it.
And split it up over those two.
Bro, I'm telling you, Mississippi going to blow LSU out of the water. You don't think I should put a little bit on that one? Michigan giving up 6 to Ohio State. I think they beat them by 15.
Be a good game.
Alabama favored by 3 over Tennessee. You said we're going to win outright.
I like that. That line is too low.
We might play that. That's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Don't let me forget. Now, text me before 30 seconds before the game.
I got you.
Let me see if there's anything else going on. All right. Those are the only ones I say I like. All right. I'm going to go with those two right now, and let's see if that gets me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add that to the. I'm going to put $2 each on that. And then I'm going to parlay that with $1. $1 to win 223.
Save something for tomorrow because tonight is pretty much. And I do like Wisconsin tonight too.
Now you tell me.
Plus 4.5. I like the
5
Seattle
over here.
3.
Henry Riddle, you didn't get your hammock? I thought we mailed out his hammock. Did we not give you your code? Did you email us? I know we mailed one of them out. Who did we mail out a hammock? Who did we mail it out to, Billy?
Not sure.
My email is bobbyc@volunteerroadshow.com. Henry, email me. I'll send you a hammock. These things are nice hammocks, too. Jason Young said he's been a Vol fan for 40 years.
Wow.
All right. I just found out why your game balls were misspelled with your name on it, Billy. Your name was misspelled on your game balls you got when you played. Sam Bell made the footballs. Ratlife. Didn't you have one of them spelled like that?
That's close.
He said he'll trade it for that canvas. Well, hey, speaking of that canvas, I know you see it there behind Billy. It's 6 foot wide. I'm not kidding. 6 foot by 32 canvas. We're going to be giving away that at the beginning of the season, probably a week or two before the game. Here's some ways that you can enter. Subscribe to both our YouTube channels. All these links are in the description. Volunteer Roadshow and Roadshow Locker Room. Like and follow our Facebook page, Volunteer Roadshow and Roadshow Locker Room. Follow us on Twitter at Vols Roadshow. We need people on Twitter. We need people on Twitter now. We just started about a year ago. We don't do a lot with, but we need to build up them number. We need to get up over 1,000. Start your profile on volunteerroadshow.com free. Just register. That helps you. What are the comment in any of the videos on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. share and tweet this out, or what do they call it? Retweet this. So if we tweet and somebody shares it, that's a retweet. Is that right?
True.
Okay. So those are I think that's all other ways we can do it. You can even comment after, if you're not watching this live. Comment. That helps you. And we're gonna pick somebody for that canvas. That thing is nice. Really, really, really. I'm gonna miss that thing. We're gonna have to get one of our sponsors to buy us another one to give away. I'm gonna hit Blue Water Climate Control up for that for next year. Speaking of Blue Water Climate Control, and speaking of online, go to bluewaterclimatecontrol.com, and you can. This is the best way to help the show. Go to Blue Water Climate Control, or go to Tennessee Tap House, or go to volunteerroadshow.com in the store and buy something, and tell everybody about, hey, I seen you on Volunteer Roadshow. That's why I'm in the Tap House getting a beer. That's why I'm getting these wings. Catfish and Billy told me to. You need something done on your air conditioner. It's starting to get a little warm. Navy vet on the USS Tennessee. Locally owned. They help a lot of Tennessee athletics. Give them a call. You can book your service online. You don't even have to call anybody anymore. Just go on bluewaterclimatecontrol.com. Anyway, I'm going to miss that canvas. I'm miss it a lot. Is there any more comments before we shut this thing down? Jason says you're friends with him on Facebook. Henry Riddle says if you could see his den, it would go perfect in there. There's a lot of things I just put up on Volunteer Roadshow store that would go in a lot of people's dens. They would love it. Man, there's some lamps in there. Man, there are all kinds of stuff. Ricky Fitzgerald says for his first game he attended was a Georgia game. Herschel Walker's first game as a freshman ran over our Bill Bates. Herschel Walker owes Bill Bates a lot of money because it's that play that gave him all that recognition. Yeah, we're going to break down the schedule next week. Remind us. We'll do that, Henry. You got anything else we got to do before we go, Billy? Anything you guys say? Are you even there?
Yep, that's everything.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna be working out. I'm gonna be like Rocky on Rocky 1.
I'm just gonna eat some Little Debbie cakes.
Out on the beach running against Apollo Creed. Remember that part?
Yeah. Well, how's the beach body diet going?
Good. Good.
Okay, so if it's going so good, why is this here?
I left that there. I forgot it. But I got something else from them, too. You put me on the spot, Billy. That's the recovery. No. See, I got the shake that keeps you from eating. That's all I'm doing right now. I ain't doing nothing to recover from yet. You got to actually work out to take that. You already told me that. Said I waste my time unless I do what'd you say? I had to break a sweat to use that? I ain't quite broke a sweat.
Oh, man. I wish you well and wish you luck.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I've been going up these steps like 5 times, up and down, up and down, up and down. That 5th time, man, your calves start getting tight. You don't know if you can make it in them last 4 or 5 steps. And then you get it and you come back down. I'm working my way up. Tomorrow I'm going to do 6 round trips up the steps, and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And the way I do them is I do them fast. I go up and down. I don't just like tiptoe up them. So you can run your mouth all you want, but I'm getting ready. You done woke up a monster. Everybody in the comments section, including Billy, has woke up a monster. That's all I got to say.
I can't wait to see this.
Well, let's get on out of here. Y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. You know what I'm going to say. Go Vols. I don't care what Billy says. I don't care what Henry Riddle says. I don't care what Jason Young's. I don't care what Sam Bell says. I don't care what none of you say. I'm wearing Billy out in the 40. I promise you that.